At Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon during the night in a dream, and God said, "Ask for whatever you want me to give you." Solomon answered, "You've shown great kindness to your servant, my father David, because he was faithful to you and righteous and upright in heart. You've continued this great kindness to him, and you've given him a son to sit on his throne this very day. Now, Lord my God, you have made your servant king in place of my father David. But I'm only a little child and do not know how to carry out my duties. Your servant is here among the people you've chosen, a great people, too numerous to count or number. So give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong. For who is able to govern this great people of yours?" And so God comes, and this is like one of my favorite games as a kid. It's like if you could have any wish that you wanted, and you couldn't ask for more wishes, what would you wish for? And Solomon gets this gift from God, right? He gets, "What do you want?" And Solomon's response is, "You know what? I don't know if I can do this on my own." And so I would like wisdom. I want wisdom to lead your people. And so God, out of excitement, God says, "Oh man, I'm so excited about your answer that not only am I going to give you the wisdom you asked for, but you could have asked for wealth, you could have asked for power. I'm going to give you those as well." And so Solomon rose up as this king, and immediately he started showing this wisdom that God had given him. He starts having people bring him cases to resolve, and he's using this amazing wisdom, this incredible wisdom. In fact, when you read through the Bible, there's several books that Solomon wrote about wisdom. There's wise books in the Bible from Solomon. I encourage you, read them, check them out. Start with Proverbs, just lots of little short, wise verses. And so Solomon starts to make all of these wise decisions and lead his people well. But here's the thing about wisdom. Wisdom, just because you know what's right, just because you understand what's right, that doesn't force you to do right. And so Solomon, as he began to grow in fame, people from other nations started to come, and they started to visit, and they would come and they wanted to see this man who was so wise and see this incredible place where he was. And so he began to accumulate wealth, because when they would come, they would bring him gifts. And so his wealth began to grow and to grow and to grow and to grow. And when they would come, oftentimes they would bring him a gift of a bride. And so he began to accumulate wives. He had 700 wives and 300 concubines. That's insane. I can't imagine having that, just the organization to keep everybody straight. And he has 1,000 women that are his, and he's accumulating all of this, and he starts, we see how once again power causes problems, because he starts to become prideful, and he starts to think of this wisdom as his wisdom, and he's wise. And so when he built this temple that his father David had saved up all the supplies for, he spent 7 years building this incredible temple for God. But then we see him turn right around and spend 13 years building his own palace. What a glimpse into the heart of a man.